How's it going, everybody? So I wanted to make a video on these shock skids that I purchased from FJ Toyman. They were about 150 bucks shipped to California. I'm pretty sure that's shipped anywhere in the lower 48 states. I wanted to get them mainly because I did have a pair of Icons before, and I noticed that they were getting a little banged up. Not too serious, but I know that eventually that's going to get worse and worse as you hit the trails a lot more often. So I wanted to have or find a way to protect my shocks. If you're interested in a different color, go ahead and send them a DM or an email, whichever way is easier for you. Let him know what color you'd like. I'm pretty sure he'd be able to work with you on that, like he did with me on these pink skids. The shock skids are going to come with, obviously, the two pairs of shock skids, the bolt bumpers, 2 5/8 bolts, and 2 washers. My set specifically was for King shocks. I know that he does make other shock skids for different manufacturers like Icon, Bilsteins, and a few others, but I specifically needed them for the King shocks that I have, so I picked up the King set. Some of the tools you're going to use is going to be a 17mm socket with a 5/8 socket. Also, I needed a breaker bar because my bolts were on pretty tight, so I picked up one of those. And you're also going to need a socket wrench just to make things a little bit easier. That way you don't have to use the breaker bar the whole time while you're tightening all your bolts. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab your 17mm socket, and in my case I needed a breaker bar like I said earlier because Suitech tightened my bolt on pretty tight, so I needed to use that breaker bar to get it loose. So after you remove that 17mm bolt, you're going to go ahead and grab your shock skid, place it right underneath the shock like so, and reinstall that bolt you just took off. That way it stays in place when you install your second bolt, which is that 5/8 bolt. Next, you're going to grab your washer, throw it on your 5/8 bolt, then grab your bolt bumper and combine them together. That way when you install it, it's just one solid piece. And the final step is pretty much tightening everything. I don't have a Torx wrench, so I can't do everything to spec, but I am gonna tighten it as tight as I can. That way nothing comes loose when I'm on the trail from the vibrations or anything like that. So I am gonna use my breaker bar to tighten all this stuff up. That way, again, I don't run into any issues while I'm on the trail. When you move over to the other side, everything is the exact same thing. There's nothing different from either side, so it should be pretty easy for you. If you did one side, it's going to be easy on the next side. And that's it. Only took me about 20 minutes to install. Could probably taken me a little bit less if I wasn't recording. I'll go ahead and leave the link down below where you can find these shock skids. He does have them again for Icon, Bilstein, and a few other shock manufacturers. These are for the Kings. And I'll also leave my social media info down below if you want to follow me. I do run a classifieds page on Instagram where you can buy and sell your used gear through Instagram. It does pretty well. A lot of people like it, so you might want to check it out. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching.